Okay, in this little section I'll be talking about protein packaging. The transport to the Golgi will be another video in the second half. I'm going to go over some general rules for protein packaging, like that only properly folded proteins are able to exit the ER. Misfolded or incomplete proteins are held in the endoplasmic reticulum by chaperone proteins, and ones that aren't properly folded for a long time are degraded by proteasomes. And proteins that are able to exit the ER, they exit in coat B coated transport vesicles. And membrane proteins display exit signals. Now we can move down here to this little diagram that kind of summarizes this all. And in here we can see we have our ER lumen and our cytosol. And down here we have some chaperone proteins, which are going to be, of course, bound to some either unfolded or misproperly folded proteins that are still waiting to be properly folded or degraded. And right here we have a resident ER protein, which is a protein that is supposed to stay in the endoplasmic reticulum. Next to that we have a soluble cargo protein, and attached to the soluble cargo protein is an exit signal. And this will signal the cargo to move into the forming codituted transport vesicle. And unfortunately, sometimes resident ER proteins will find their way in there, but they'll usually dissociate and find their way back. And over there, we have what's known as our exit signal for the cargo receptor. And this is just another one of our receptors that signals that the cell is going to be forming one of these transport vesicles, which we can actually see starting to form up here, which is this little section right here. This is our forming transport vesicle. What happens next is that all these little signals that I'll get into later here on the outside of the vesicle, they attract these little proteins that I'm drawing here, and these little proteins are known as the outer Copy coat proteins. And these are the outer shell, so they provide like protection and signaling. And over here we have a special protein known as SAR1-GTP. SAR1-GTP. This is an important GTPase which regulates the assembly and disassembly of Copy coats.